Okay, so it's time for the blue commons. Start with number 5.
Yeah.
Leave in the dust.
Mhm.
So it's 4 mana. You return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand and draw a card. And it's instant. So it's pretty expensive, but at least it replaces itself. And
Look at a card like Aether Trade Winds that maybe didn't look that impressive. That card ended up, I mean, if you were into, for example, blue-green energy or the module decks that wanted the games to go long.
Yeah, but
that card was really good.
Yeah, but it was 3 mana and you also bounced an opponent's creature or stuff.
Yeah, that you can do here too. I mean,
yeah, but you
probably
bounce both.
Yeah. But you probably like double block something or line up. I mean, this could be good in certain combat situations.
Yeah.
But I don't love it because it's 4. But I do like that it's instant and draw a card.
Yeah,
that's the part I like. But I mean, we were talking about this card versus the build your own mana league, for example.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know which one will be best in this format.
No.
I mean, Metallic Rebuke, that could be like
could
mana
be better,
league.
yeah.
Or even better, you could leave 1 blue up and stuff like that. But we went with this because it says draw a card.
Yeah, basically.
But we'll see.
And
number 4, we have, I guess the new Gearseeker Serpent.
Yeah.
Bastion Inventor.
I think it's supposed to be the new Gearseeker Serpent.
Or just a new fixed affinity guy.
Yeah. It's not... I mean, sure, if you can play a 4 mana 4 hexproof, then it's great. But it's
and
6
5
mana.
mana, it's 5 mana, it's fine. 4 mana, it's great. But I mean, if we're taking it that far, if you can play a 1 mana,
yeah, but you won't.
No, you won't. No, I think this improvise looks like a pretty good way of not have it just be broken in modern every time.
Mm-hmm.
But where you can play like 0 mana 4 hexproof and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Here you have to have the artifacts, and you have to tap them. So I do think it's better for this. I mean, upcoming environment that improvise isn't broken.
Yeah, me too.
So fine card, and blue doesn't get like big guys that have no drawback otherwise.
No.
Now that it's the Serpent and the Inventor, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Number 3, we have Shipwreck Maury.
Yeah.
Maury, whatever. It's a fish. It's a 4 mana 05 fish. But when it enters the battlefield, you gain 4 energy. And
that's good.
So it's good. It's good because it gives you a lot of energy. You can maybe flicker this and bounce it or whatever. And it blocks well.
Yeah.
But when it when it needs to, it can just change gears, and you can pay 1 energy to give it +2.
And I guess you can
2.
pay 2 to hit for 4 when you have to close out the game. So I do like it because blue was pretty defensive. I mean, blue-green could be offensive, but otherwise blue was a defensive color.
Yep.
And it probably still is. And having big blockers so you don't get run over by the bad small guys with pump spells, for example. I mean, this can block a 2/2 with build to smash on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, build
I
to
guess
last.
not
Build
build to smash,
build
but
to last.
build
Build
to
to
last,
last. Build to
yeah.
last. No, build to smash is bad.
Mm-hmm.
For the Maury, but it's still good card.
Yeah, I think so.
And number 2, we have Aether Swooper.
Yeah, the second one in this new cycle.
Yeah, the enters the battlefield, get 2 energy, and then when it attacks, you can pay 2 to get a servo. In this case, I think it's better because it's a cheap creature, so you can play it pretty early.
Yep.
In the energy deck, you can probably get more energy than this too. And a flyer has evasion, so it's easier to get through. It's not like it's doing a lot of damage.
No,
but still, I mean,
it's pecking away, creating 1/1s.
And blue can also be caring about artifacts.
Yeah.
I mean, the improvise and stuff like that. So I do like this better than a white one.
Me too.
Because it's easy. It's like when you had in Zendikar, I think it was, where you had Mist Intruder.
Yeah.
It was also like a 2 mana 1/2 flyer that looked pretty unimpressive.
Yep.
But it turned out that a lot, since you could process stuff, You really wanted that in the Devoid process deck.
Yeah.
Mist Intruder was like you could pick it pack 1, pick 3.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe a Swooper can be perfect in like cares about artifact improvise deck or whatever.
Yep.
That's why we have it here.
For number 1, and this could be, I mean, all of these could change.
Yeah, obviously.
But we have Ice over as number 1.
Mainly because it's cheap.
Yeah, it's 2 mana, enchant, artifact, or creature, and it doesn't untap.
So
it doesn't tap it.
no.
But if you face like an aggressive deck, they play.
I think they did this to blue because it had a risk of being run over by all the aggro vehicle decks and whatever. And I mean, this can enchant a vehicle.
Yeah.
For example, because it's permanent. So that's why we also like it, because it's not only creature.
No.
It could even deal with like a random tap artifact or whatever. So I think it's fine. You should find targets for it, and obviously sometimes it could be annoying if they have like a vigilance beatdown.
Yeah.
But it's cheap enough, and it enchants all permanents.
Yep.
Does it even... No, but all relevant permanents that can do damage to you and whatever. Not lands.
No, it's artifact or creature.
Yeah.
And we also have one honorable mention. As we said before, we have the new mana leak, whatever, metallic rebuke.
People will play it in standard, I guess.
Yep.
The question is what deck cares. Maybe again, if there's a blue something artifact deck, it could be good. If you can use it for 1 or 2 mana.
Yeah.
I would like mana leak, the real mana leak.
Yeah, me too.
So that was common. We'll move on to uncommon. Number 3, we have Skyship Plunderer, which is 1 and a blue 2/1 flyer with no drawback. Which nowadays, the 2/1 flyers for 2
are usually rare. Or in some cases, I guess they can be uncommon, but still,
they could also have like they can only block creatures with flying or whatever. This is a good aggressive creature.
Yeah.
Which maybe doesn't resonance perfectly with blue, but still
No.
you could be blue white.
I think that's pretty hard because we know that from Kaladesh, blue was not aggressive.
No, you could play like a blue white, like flying. Sort of that was I guess
more the flicker deck. That was more like value. But as you said before, blue green with counters, that was a thing.
Yeah, blue. I guess it was blue green energy, but you still had the Cub, the Thriving Rhino, the Pima Outrider. Those cards you play in blue green.
And green still have a lot of counters themes.
So let's say you put this down on 2 and then the Thriving Rhino and then a Pima Outrider or similar.
Yeah.
And this doesn't die. I mean, this will probably get through for 2 damage each turn and make the other stuff bigger.
Yep.
And you can get other type of counters as well. So I do like this, even though maybe black-green is the perfect spot for it.
Yeah, I think so.
But I do think that it looks pretty interesting. So, number 2?
Reverse Engineer. So this is 5 mana, draw 3 cards, but it has Invigorate.
Improvise.
I mean. Where you can tap artifacts to pay for the non-colored mana.
Yeah, so this could be like Harmonize.
Yeah, usually I think it will be like 4 mana, draw 3 cards.
Which is good in Limited.
Yeah.
I mean, even in Vintage Cube, you always play Harmonize, for example. And this doesn't say you have to discard this, discard that.
No, just draw 3.
So I like Reverse Engineer.
Yeah, me too.
And talking about value, I guess, number 1, we have the Trophy Mage, which is a 3 mana 2/2 that you get to search for an artifact card with converted mana cost 3.
Yeah.
And okay, the weird part is if you don't have that,
then
this
sad.
card is bad. But there are some 3 mana artifacts that could be good to search for. So we like the upside here.
Yeah, and if you put this creature, if you like pick this early, then I guess you will look for CMC
Yeah, but
3
because say you
artifacts.
can only have like, let's say you only have a 3 mana 3/2 that could get menace or whatever. There are random artifacts that cost 3, or a pillar bug, or all those cards.
Yep.
It's super good to play a 2/2 that draws you a 3 mana artifact creature.
Yeah, very good.
So that's why we have it there. And obviously, depending on what type of deck you build, it might not be that good.
No.
Yeah,
okay, so we have some honorable mentions.
yeah. Yeah, one of the cards that looks pretty cool is a Shielded Aether Thief, because it's a 2 mana 0/4, again a good blocker, with flash.
Mm.
So you could hold this up, maybe they attack with just a 2/1 or something. You flash this in, block, get the free energy directly, because every time it blocks you get an energy. And I mean, pay 3, draw a card. 3 energy.
Yeah, 3 energy.
In the right deck.
Yeah,
I mean, sometimes you
that's
had
good.
16 energy in a deck because you didn't really have a sink. I mean, draw a card, draw a card.
I
draw a
guess
card.
you have to tap it to do it, so
yeah,
you
but
can't
you can
draw.
do it every turn.
Yeah, I know.
So in the right deck, the type of deck that we liked in Kaladesh, this would have been a good card.
Yep.
So we don't really know yet how good the energy decks will be. It feels like it's not as much energy anymore.
No.
Even though, as you said earlier, they had to keep on doing stuff that uses energy, otherwise just one set wouldn't make energy good
one
enough.
pack of energy cards
No,
that would be bad.
That's like when the awesome Shadows of Innistrad turned into Eldritch Moon, and they just broke a few of the best archetypes because they didn't bridge between.
No.
That was so annoying.
Yeah.
Now at least they try to keep the new stuff so we can still play with it, and that I like. And you had a card as well.
A pretty cool build around.
Yeah, it's a build around.
Efficient construction. So it's 4 mana for an enchantment, which I know.
And when you cast it, it does nothing.
It does nothing. But when it's on the battlefield, whenever you cast an artifact spell, you create a 1/1 Thopter.
And I mean, blue-red, for example, that archetype was horrible.
Yeah.
And it should have been more about Thopters, since if you looked at World of Virtuoso, it said it should be about energy and Thopters.
Yes.
But it didn't really get there.
No.
Now at least there are more cards that make Thopters.
You could be
there are like 3 or 4 new ones.
Yeah, you could be
So
blue
maybe that could be
artifact,
something.
or you can be blue-black artifact control, and just have this as an engine.
Yeah, and win. Maybe.
Compare this to the old engine, which was
Thopter engine, Thopter network, Thopter
Whirlmaker. Whirlmaker.
And that was bad.
That was so slow because you had to pay like 4 or 5 mana.
4 plus 3.
Yeah, and
or 3 plus 4. I don't know.
here you get the Thopters when you just cast your spells.
And obviously, if you have 0 spells in hand,
but
this does nothing.
No, but you as I said, this is a build around.
Yeah, you could get there, and we'll see. We will obviously try, and there will be other people trying as well.
Mm-hmm.
So now we move on to black. See you there.
See you.